Okay, tall fighter, good long punches, moves around the ring well. This is a unique challenge for a lot of fighters, particularly a shorter fighter. So how should we think about fighting somebody like this? I like to think about it in 4 components, 4 things we need to have covered. First, these guys are real good at keeping us away from them so we can't hit them, but they can hit us. We need to make that ring smaller. That's the first thing we have to take care of. And we can do this with our punches and with our footwork. With our punches, look, if they have a tendency to move out to our left, we need to bring plenty of left hooks. If they have a tendency to move out to our right, plenty of right hooks. We need to discourage their movement in those directions. Now when it comes to these types of punches, these containment punches, we don't have to hit them square in the jaw or square in the ribs every single time. Hit them in the neck, hit them in the arms, hit them in the back, hit them in the hips, shoulders. Just put the power on that side and discourage them from freely moving out on us. When it comes to the footwork, it's just good boxing fundamentals. Step with the outside foot first. Okay, we can shadow them. If we remove punches from the equation, there's not a lot of fighters that have such an exceptional level of footwork that we're not going to be able to shadow them and keep them in front of us while they're moving. Things get complicated when they start throwing punches. So that brings us to the second fundamental. We need to take care of their punches with good blocking fundamentals, good slipping fundamentals, and here's the important part, and this is where most people fail. We need to watch what they're doing while we're taking care of their punches. So if we're blocking and we're hiding, or we're blocking and all we're looking at is that fist right in front of our face and we have no sense of what they're doing as a fighter, they're going to be able to move on us. If we slip off to the side and we're looking in this direction, and I actually see a lot of videos teaching this and it makes not a whole lot of sense to me, but if I slip off to the side and I'm looking over here, look, I might slip the punch, they're not going to hit me with the punch, but they're off to the races behind me. There's no way I'm going to catch up with them. So we need to take care of the punches, slipping while we're looking at them, blocking while we're looking at them, so if they try to make a move while we're taking care of those punches, we can respond and keep them contained. All right, so we're making that ring smaller. We're taking care of the punches while seeing what they're doing, keeping them in front of us. Now we need to close the distance so that we're able to hit them back with our own punches. And we can take advantage of the fact that if somebody wants to have any kind of steam on a punch, they're going to have to throw that off of a stable platform. They're going to have to sit down on their punches, or they're going to at least not be able to move backwards or run off to the side and throw anything more than basically an arm punch. So what we don't want to do is catch the punch, slip the punch, and then move, because they can put those punches in and get out before we have a chance to respond. We instead need to learn how to catch those punches while moving in, how to slip those punches while moving in. Again, so that if we see them make a move, we can respond and keep them contained. And some fighters might have a thought in their head that they're going to just walk through the punches. Just let me take 3 of yours just so I can have an opportunity to deliver one of mine. And it's a losing proposition. Even if a fighter is not a strong puncher and you can walk through those punches, look, they're putting those punches in our face, they're occupying our vision, they're occupying our attention, they're stopping our movement, they're maybe knocking us back. All those present an opportunity for them to move on us. Instead, we need to take care of those punches while watching what they're doing. Another thing that helps us get in, look, the person might have a significant reach advantage on us, but our arms are usually longer than we think. We can occupy their attention. If they're not good at dealing with what we're giving them, we can cover our movements while we're moving in, while we're closing our distance. And the fourth component, look, once we're in there, okay, and we have them within punching distance, we need to get our hands off. All right, because that's usually not going to be a lot of time that they're going to allow us to be that close to them and freely be able to punch. So get your hands off. If they try to tie you up, don't let them. Fight out of that, punch out of that, roughhouse out of that, whatever you got to do, don't let them tie you up. If they take their hands away from their face and go to grab you, that's an opportunity. If they try to push you away because they don't like having those exchanges at such a close distance, they want you more on the end of their punches, they push you away, that's an opportunity. So get our punches off, watching again what they're doing so we can respond, and then just rinse and repeat. Make the ring smaller. Take care of their punches while watching what they're doing. Move in while they're punching, continuing to watch what they're doing. Get our punches off. That's it. Another note on footwork, look, just again, we're stepping with the outside foot first. Don't get out of position. Don't get off balanced. Don't end up flat-footed. Anytime we end up in those positions, we have to first correct before we can respond to what they're doing. All right, that's an extra move. It just slows us down. We're going to be playing catch-up the whole fight. A couple other things. Don't let that guy zero in on a stationary target. Keep the head moving, keep the upper body moving, keep the whole body moving to stop them from being able to lock in, make them constantly have to readjust their vision and their thinking. Make sure we continue to breathe and make sure that we're looking. Look, this is one particular type of fighter and this is one facet of fighting somebody like that, and we have a ton to think about. This is a thinking man's game, so the more that we can get used to that in our training, the better off we're going to be.